taxes.
Oh, we're on Facebook now?
Wow.
Oh my God.
No, not Facebook. No, I'm just recording
Lord,
it.
I got my glasses.
So just tell the story. You own the land, or some?
Yes.
You own the land
do the
personally.
interview. This is it.
No,
We
Okay.
own the land.
I'll let you talk and this is
Okay.
information.
Okay. Okay.
So, how long have you owned the land?
We've owned the land since 1985.
1985. So then Hurricane Katrina hits.
Hurricane Katrina
Was
hit.
was the building wiped out? Anything on the
No,
land?
the building was not wiped out.
Okay.
The building stood. That's why it was a good opportunity for this person to come and says, hey, I'm going to rent this out.
But the thing is, the parish knows about it.
The parish knows.
We have. The bill of sale is in our name. We've been paying the tax in our name. So why are you allowing this person to make a profit and be on this land? So supposedly he had some papers saying his forefathers in the 1800s owned the land, and they accepted that in Iberville, knowing that every time there was we even did a tax. What is that, a search?
We did the tax legislator. We contacted the tax legislator's office to see if it was supposedly sold or something.
We did a title search.
And we did a title search as our land. We contacted the tax legislator.
Because how could they sell it to you? Who would have
No,
sold?
we bought it from
Our mother's
succession.
Oh,
So that's how
okay.
we bought
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
he 1800s, there were two other people bought it way after the 1800s, but he's saying he has ownership from the 1800s. He couldn't have, because there were other people who bought it after that point. But Iberville Parish is like, Dorseyville is like a little, I don't know what game they're playing out there, but
It's a serious game.
It's a game.
I like to give the specific area.
Okay.
It's Dorseyville, Louisiana, and the zip is 70788. It's right outside of Baton Rouge, and they're trying to take our land illegally. We have all the legitimate papers through title
Act of
search.
sale.
We have the act of sale. We have the tax bills that we have paid currently. Everything's up to date. And it seems to be some type of good old boy network, like the Constitution doesn't exist. It's a constitutional right to own the land that I have purchased through a succession. And we need anybody who wants to help us to start calling Iberville Parish to make people aware that this illegal activity is happening. They have to understand that they are on that the Section 8 that the property was put under illegally by a bogus owner was not legit. And Section 8
rent received.
and other rent received, like regular rental income was received. We contacted the IRS.
No, we haven't contacted them yet.
We haven't contacted the IRS yet. However, we did contact the agency,
Right.
the HUD agency that gives the voucher in Dorseyville, Louisiana, to say, you know, I asked them what's going on, how did this happen? They've played like, I don't know what's happening. So it seems to be some type of political corruption from HUD in the parish that would distribute the vouchers, the Section 8 vouchers. Everything is going on deaf ear. You know, with the political establishment, we tried to go from step A to step Z in doing this.
Did a title search.
We did a title search, as I said.
What does the title search show?
We're the owners of the property.
And the guy
purchased the property. Originally, a title search was done.
Okay.
And it states that who the owners are, and then my mom, my great uncle sold it to my mother. We bought it from my mother in a succession. This man is coming up with a bogus sheet of paper from the 1800s. There were two other previous persons who bought it prior to that. So there's no way he has any legal right. But I think there's a man named Sanji who's saying, yes, he does. I'm like, that's impossible. When other people, a title search was done, we pay the taxes each month. Each year, we pay. It's an active sale. We purchased it. It wasn't given to us. We purchased it out
So
of
who is this? Who is this guy? Does anybody know him? Is he tied to the city?
I don't
Is
want to say his name because too many people after this man has gone to them and said with a bogus sheet of paper from the 1800s, and his name, he wasn't born in the 1800s. His name is not on the title search.
Any papers.
Any
anywhere.
papers. He's saying that a relative of his, that's how he's claiming ownership. And this man, Sanji, what is his first name?
Edward Sanji.
Edward Sanji is saying he's the owner. I'm like, what are you saying? We pay the taxes every year. The act of sale is there in your parish in Iberville
Iberville Parish, Dorseyville,
all the
Louisiana.
paperwork is there, and you have not gone to check.
In addition to that, I'd like to say that a title search has to only go back 30 years.
But we've gone back even
Further than that, and everything, it's in our bloodline, our family, and there seems to be some type of serious corruption out there on Katrina evacuees because they knew we were gone. They're like, seize this property, they're out.
I've heard that
Other people from New Orleans, their properties, they were getting unjust enrichment also.
That's what I was just going to ask.
Yes,
Was,
ma'am.
are other people having the same?
Yeah, they
problem?
did.
Some of them
We're so
live out
scattered,
there.
we don't know who we are, and they're not going to direct us to who we are because that would be not favorable to them.
So why didn't you go back there? Were you in New Orleans?
Yes.
When you
No,
you left
Texas.
and went to
Everybody
Texas?
was activated all over the United States.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was
We went to-
devastating.
Yeah,
Yes.
outside. But the thing is, the paperwork is clear.
Right.
Act
Title's
of sale, we're the owners.
Right.
Bought it from a succession. It was not passed on. Purchased it with money.
So I didn't know you had to do that. Isn't property just passed down to the?
We purchased it
You
out
have
of the
to.
succession.
You have to purchase
You have to
it through a
purchase it
succession.
unless if they leave it in at will. Is that?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
There was no will.
There was no will, so
Oh,
you have to
okay.
open succession
Right,
Oh.
and we
And
purchased it, but the
through
thing
the
is,
succession.
in Iberville Parish, the courthouse has all the paperwork.
Correct.
They have the documentation going back. There is no way that this man's family, he's saying he is in, how could he have ownership or an interest when there were two other owners prior to selling it to my great uncle? So he was never, him himself was never in ownership of this. He's saying through an ancestor, but it was sold 3 times after that, and finally
Correct.
to get to us. But this man, Edward Sonji, is saying he's the owner, and I'm like, you have all the paperwork in your office, and it's just become, it's just like chaos out
Who's
there.
Edward
It's chaos.
Sanjay again? Is he?
He's over the building inspector.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
building inspector
Okay.
who's saying that he gave him permission to go on our property.
Oh, he's the one that.
Yes,
Said,
go
yeah,
on our
you just-
property.
We even have the paper that he gave him stating that he can
He's the
go and
owner.
do work on it, and stated that he's the owner, knowing that the documentation is right there in the courthouse in the same building where he works. All he has to go to that department and pull the paperwork or read it. At no time, this man from the 1800s, it's illegal. Why they covering this person, for what reason, I don't know.
I
How
like
many
to get-
people do you think are affected by this?
How many at this point, I don't know. Some of them are afraid to speak out. I
Yeah.
know it's kind of really controlled out there.
It's a good old boy network out there.
Yeah. And some
Is it
people-
farmland? Is it outside of the city limits or inside
It's within a township.
township?
It's within a township. And again, I'd like to say that we did try to press charges against this individual with criminal trespassing, simple trespassing, illegal
was not.
conversion. It fell on deaf ear. So if we're law-abiding citizens who are paying taxes, why is it that some people can be prosecuted and some people can't? It's like, is this political patronage? Like everywhere you go, from HUD to other entities that were supposed to address this issue, it's like we don't know anything about this. Thank you, ma'am, for bringing this to our knowledge, but I'm not.
That's
gonna
what
do
HUD
anything.
said?
Ma'am.
HUD? What did they say
we
when you
had
went to them?
gone to HUD, the one in Dorseyville, because and they said that they can't find any paperwork
At all.
at all. So
The HUD manager who gave the voucher to the girl who was living in the property, who had no legal right to be there, all the papers are illegal for whoever this HUD management agency is. They're corrupt in that they have processed illegal papers to give to an individual to live in property that is not legit.
and not only that, the previous renters, I understand there were other renters. He had rented the property too, so he had
Besides
no
HUD.
right to enrich
So he's
himself.
making the income. He's taking the
He's
income,
taking the
which is
income.
coming from the government because it's a Section
That's
8.
that's the first scenario. The second scenario is he went and put it just on regular rental income. and got revenue.
And got revenue.
Yes.
And they are not even, they know who he is and won't arrest him.
At
so
all.
I don't know what's going on, but someone should look into it.
We need help.
Okay, so there's a group that we met in Florida. I know it's a different state, but they've been helping people with foreclosed homes and stuff, and I think they have a good. No, but he might have access to some people if they have lawyers like Tina was talking about the ACLU. Did you approach them? Did you say or no?
They said here, I'd rather.
Someone said that you needed a referral.
Yeah, someone said you need a referral.
All right, maybe we can get you a referral then.
Because we really need a lot of media hype. We need people to start tweeting about Iberville Parish, specifically Dorseyville, taking people land in Dorseyville, Louisiana.
And refuse to tell the person to
Yeah,
vacate.
if we can start a blog,
Yeah, that would be good.
that would be
What
great.
about Katrina? Is this happening here too?
In New Orleans right now,
I'm
not really sure about that. But
just
I know
it's happening.
because
we tried to go through the process of going to the legal people and saying, okay, this is my paperwork, the act of sale, the taxes we pay, every month, everything is clear.
Everything is legit.
Did a title search.
Yeah,
Never
I
was
can't
he the
see
owner.
how it could be construed
Never
any
was
other
the
way.
owner. He was
Right.
never the owner, never paid in, and he's not paying any
Taxes
taxes.
now.
He's not paying. It's not like
So who's paying the taxes? Are the
we
taxes
are
being
paying
paid?
and have
Oh,
been.
so you've kept them up to date?
We have
Everything's done?
always kept them up to date.
Absolutely.
And so
Oh, there's something
it was my
definitely
mom
wrong.
that owned it
That's what I'm
prior
trying to tell
to
you.
her uncle sold it to her. His brother sold it to him, and there's no way this man's name or his family's name is on anything. He's going back to the 1800s, supposedly,
Yeah.
of something, but other work. I mean, you only find certain papers in that parish that you want to find.
Right. So they're verifying that the tax bills. I said, well, where are the tax bill going? They're coming to us. I'm like, if there was like a high grass issue, the bills are coming to us. We take care of it. So
they have a mailing address for you.
absolutely. They have everything in black and white.
But it's in their courthouse. They just have to go, I think, upstairs. Or to
Nobody
one-
wants to go look it up.
Well,
It's
but
been a
you're
headache.
you're not stopping this man from coming here and vandalizing. We had done some repair work on the
Correct.
porch in the front and some other work. He came there and vandalized the porch, but we have the previous pictures of what it looked like when it was fixed, because we were going to try to put it online. And the sheriffs are coming out, and when they see him there, they don't try to
don't
get
say
involved,
anything.
knowing that we are the legal owners. We are
It's
the
like
legal-
back and forth. To call them back and forth to tell this man to get off the property. He has no legal right there. Nothing is being done.
Okay, well, we're going to see if we can help you, because wherever we go, if we see something that's unjust, we try to... First, we put it out so everybody knows what's going on, and
Should we
then...
put the phone number out? Yeah.
Yeah, do you have some contact
yeah.
information or an
210.
email? Or...
I have a 210. The phone number, if anybody wants to help us, the phone number is 210-705-1336. We need phone calls to flood Iberville Parish Sheriff's Office, to flood Iberville Parish Councilmanic Office, and to tweet. If you're good tweeters out there, to keep this in the media highlight on the computer and tell people that this is unjust. Please contact us and let us have computer savvy people.
Telephone number, yeah.
And the
Say it again.
telephone number again is 210-705-1336. Please help us. We're from New Orleans. We're really trying to live and trying to come back, but
Abide by the law.
abide by the law. But these are illegal people who are not abiding by the law, and we need some people to kind of shake them up and let them know that no, this is definitely
Wow.
unjust.
Okay. Well, perfect. Thank you. And your
How did
names
that
again?
go? How did that go?
Good. What's your name
Okay.
again?
I'm Gwen.
Gwen and
Yeah.
Crystal.
Thank
Okay. So if
you.
anybody can help Gwen and Crystal, that would be great. Thank you so much for your interview.